Welcome to another episode of Tapping into the Energy of Life, Inspiring Conversations. This week, our talk is on releasing. And I think if we think about it, we probably all have a lot of things that we could release or need to release. And Palak has some great advice. And wait till you hear I don't know if they're called words of wisdom, but the saying that she and her sister have learned that helps you release these things. So why don't you take it away, Palak?
I don't know about words of wisdom, but I'm just going to share what me and my sister have learned. So, when we talk about the word release, we are talking about letting go, letting go of anything that doesn't serve us. And often in life, we have a lot of things which don't serve us, but we're just carrying it along, be it experiences, be it past, remembrance. Um, it could be anything. So the way that people release, some people like to go for sports, they'll go jogging, they'll go walking in the nature. Some people go into prayers, some people go into mantras, some people use clearing statements, some people declutter their house or their workspace because it means you're letting go, releasing the energy which is not serving you anymore, right? Because we all are energy. So one way of actually releasing stuff that you don't need in your life is by getting rid of what is not serving you and what is not wanted. So what me and my sister, we had learned, actually my sister learned and then she taught me are clearing statements. These clearing statements are like a mantra. You keep repeating them on and on till it starts feeling lighter to you. She learned this from accessconsciousness.com. They teach you how to formulate your own clearing statement. So, for example, if something is not working out for me right now, I'm going to create a clearance statement which will say, I want this to go ahead smoothly. Anything that is stopping that from happening, could you uncreate and destroy now, please? Good, bad, right, wrong, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Now, I know these words don't make sense, but they've got an explanation. You can go to accessconsciousness.com and they have an explanation as to what each word means and how the energy is cleared. So my sister has been doing this, since years. And oh my God, it works like magic for her. So whenever we feel stuck in a situation or we want something to change, we just wonder like, how do you go about it? And she just use this clearing statements. And we've actually seen magic happening with her when it comes to clearing statements. She just keeps saying it like a mantra, and you stop when it feels lighter. So that's what I wanted to share about clearance statements. It could be anything. There are so many tools existing right now, and so many people are teaching so many, different kind of tools how to release and to feel lighter, in life. Because I think when we are holding on to things, it becomes denser, it becomes heavy. So releasing it is one way of feeling lighter and moving on with your life.
Can you say that phrase one more time? And
Sure.
we're going to have it in captions, but I think they need to hear it again.
Sure. It's, actually, this is an older version. Apparently, this month or last month, I'm not sure, they released an enhanced version of the statement. So there are two, three words more added to that. So this is an older one. So it's good, bad, right, good, bad, right, wrong, pod, POD, POC, POC, all nine shots, boys, povads, and beyonds.
Well, I remember you talking, Palak, about a while ago about the uncreate and destroy. And I had never heard that before. And there are so many times where, you have this thought that's just a negative energy thought. And I always want to like take it back. Like I didn't really mean that. And now I say uncreate and destroy, like just forget that thought. And I do have that feeling that, okay, it's wiped out,
Right.
and then you move on to a more positive thought. So I think that clearance part of uncreate and destroy is fabulous. Just a
Right?
fabulous tip.
And they have a rationale why they use that term uncreate and destroy. There's a whole explanation to that as well. So yeah, it's amazing. Why not? If it works for us, why not? Because what do they say? They say that for every one negative thought, we need 5 positive statements. Something like that. There's something out there which says that. So, for every, because the negative is so strong, it's so dense, that energy is so dense that you need to clear, for clearance, you need 5 positive statements. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I have never heard that.
Yeah.
That's almost a revelation for me.
Actually,
That's very interesting.
one of my friends' counselors had shared this with us.
My partner Thomas, when we have boat problems, there's a lot of negative statements that come out over and over and over again.
I
So
can
the thought of having to have 5 positive for once for each one of those negative, that's like mind-boggling.
True.
And but it's funny because I have conversations with my one of my best friends about, I try and exude positive energy, and then when there's a boat problem, he exudes negative energy, and it's like, okay, well, who's going to win out?
So
But
true.
at the end of the day, they all get fixed. That's what I always say. At the end of the day, they all get fixed, and at the end of the day, we're anchored in some beautiful spot, and the problem's at rest, and it's all going to be fine. So you got to
Absolutely.
release it, right? You just release it and
Absolutely. Absolutely.
live in the moment.
Because nothing is static. Everything is move. I mean, everything moves. Everything is moving. The cells and the energy in the cells in each and every cell in our body moves, right? Everything moves. The planets move. Everything moves. There's nothing which is static. Everything will change its form because we're all energy anyway.
Yeah.
I remember a long
I
time
also,
ago. Oh, sorry, one more. I
no,
remember
go
a long
ahead.
time ago, I heard the statement of the only constant in life is change. And I love that.
Love it.
When you think about it, that's really the only constant,
So true.
So we have to continue to grow and change, and I love this idea of releasing all the stuff that doesn't serve you. I'm sorry, Maria, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about a very simple example that has happened to me today. We were having lunch at a restaurant, and there was a couple with a dog on a table outside, and the dog was barking all the time, asking for food. And it was quite annoying for me in a sense that it was like disturbing all that peaceful view of the sea and the sunlight and everything. And the dog was barking. And at a certain point, I was talking to my friend about it, and we said, well, we better like let go of this idea and stop focusing on the dog. And so when we did let out all our frustration, like saying, well, like, like it's a shame that there are people like this and all of those things, no? And then we were already calm, like that thing had come out. And then like about 20 minutes later, 15 minutes later, we both looked at each other and said, have you realized that the dog hasn't really barked
Oh,
since we did that? And at that moment, the dog started barking again. So it's like when we focused on the dog again, it went back to barking. So for me, like releasing is also detaching the attention and putting your attention in something else so that it's not really like, oh, I'm not going to think about it. It's like you really have said and released all the emotions that were linked to that. And then it's like you're at peace with whatever. And you don't go back to it because if you go back, it's like the dog is going to bark again. So
so
I thought that
right.
was a very good, yeah, like a very
Example,
simple
yeah.
example.
Yes. In fact, because Maria, because what do they say? Where your focus goes, the energy flows. So I guess that's what
Exactly.
this is about. Let go. Just don't focus on it. That was a very good
Exactly.
example.
Yeah. So when you say that thing about like uncreate and destroy, is like you're telling your own mind it's not there anymore. It's destroyed already.
Exactly.
So
And it's so nice
That's
to release and start from scratch, start from zero, just release, feel free. They always say live, which is difficult. They say live your life like a sieve. Let things pass through. Don't collect it
like
and
that.
don't, hold on to it. But it's easier said than done, but we can try.
yeah.
That's one of the things I question about psychology or psychiatry. these days, when you think about Freud and, everything goes back to your mother or your father or whatever. And,
It's just one school of
people
thought.
have, yeah, and people have like a lot of things that have happened to them in the past. And yeah, you can dwell on it and make it affect your everyday living from that point forward. Or you can take a different approach, and that is to just release it. And like you said, start fresh, start and live in each new moment, and just put that in the background, and just move forward.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
else is possible? What's coming
Yes.
next,
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's no point holding on to it. It's just going to get heavier and heavier the more you move forward. It just gets heavier and heavier. So just let go. It's okay. Done, dusted. Just move on. Because what else is possible? No, what else is out there? The curiosity kicks in and gives you new lease in life. Because what did they say? That every moment and every second is new, isn't it? I mean, nature gives
Yes.
us every second a new opportunity to live, to experience, to learn.
To grow.
To grow, to evolve. Yes, well said, Carol, right? So yeah, it's
Yeah.
an opportunity for us.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
said, the stuff that you're holding on to is like a big weight. We always talk about in our videos, trying to raise our energy, raising our vibration, our frequency or whatever, and that all that stuff that we hold becomes a big brick, disallow or, making it harder for us to get to a higher energy level.
Yeah. There's a question I like, which is, if you had not this thought and this experience in your head or in your life, who would you be? And suddenly it's like changing, shifting from a timeline to another one, in which that hasn't really conditioned you to have a certain attitude or a certain thought or a certain future, or to make certain decisions, but you're really free from it. So it's like really stepping into another kind of life. So who would you be without that thing that is conditioning you? So you let that go, and suddenly it's like, I would do this, I would feel like that, I would call this person, I would feel different in this sense, I would feel freer or happier. So that's the time to actually do this technique of the pod pog whatsoever. But I
Yeah.
cannot remember that line
You
ever.
can't.
It's like, yeah, I need to have it written down.
It's like a new lease on life, no?
Exactly. Like a new
Yeah.
version of yourself.
So true.
Right.
I
Clean
wonder how,
slate.
yes, clean slate. I
Clean
wonder
slate.
how the rest of the world does. I mean, what the rest of the world does. What are the new techniques that we could learn more about?
Yeah, what do, you viewer that are watching this video? Tell us. We would love to learn from you.
Yes. If you've resonated with what we said today, and if you'd like to share with us your experiences and the tips and tools that you use to release stuff that are no longer serving you in life, please do write to us. And like we always say, like, share, and subscribe.
See you next week.